What's up, you guys? Welcome back into the Battleground Podcast. It is Battle, and man, we got a big show for you this week. UFC this Saturday on pay-per-view, and a guy that you see him all over the internet. He's a viral sensation anytime there's a microphone in his hand, whether it's before a fight or after a fight. Money Moicano, my man. Thanks for coming on the show, man.
Thank you, my friend. Thank you for having me here.
So I got to ask you, we're heading into UFC 317. You're fighting Beneil, one of the most respected veterans in the division. What makes this matchup unique for you compared to your previous fight? And does him not having a fight since 23 play any role into this?
Well, I respect Dariush a lot. I know he's not fighting like 2 years without fighting, but I'm preparing for him like he fought like the last month. So it's very important to me to keep fighting, to keep making money. So I'm very happy with this matchup.
Absolutely. It's going to be a fun one for sure. Now, I got to ask you, because you've been in this training camp for a while. Has steaks and beer been in this training camp?
Can you repeat? I didn't listen. I'm sorry.
Has steaks and beer been in this training camp for you?
No. I wish, but no.
After this Saturday, we'll get you the steaks and beer.
100%. After the fight, I'm drinking some beers and eating some steaks for sure.
It sounds like a great way to celebrate a victory on Saturday. We're going to put it out in the universe there for you, for sure. Now,
thank you.
I do want to talk about this because I got a buddy of mine. We were talking about you coming on the show, and he is a big UFC fan. He's a big fan of yours. And he was like, hey, if you have a chance, ask him this question. And he wants to know, now that you've had time to reset, how do you feel about the Islam fight? Anything stand out during that fight, even though it was very short notice for you?
Yes, like I did a mistake, you know. I was not supposed, like, I was doing good at the striking, the tournament, and then he took me down, and I tried to stand up, like, but I rushed too much, you know. I should have taken my time and like create the space to get up, but it is what it is. Now I have to take this and go for my next fight.
Yeah, for sure. And, you know, I know that you're still big money Moicano now, but is the goal still, I cannot afford to lose?
100%. I cannot afford to lose. 100%.
I mean, I feel as if we should start getting tattoos about that. That should be a great motto. Somebody needs to get that tattooed on them right now. Maybe it'd be just me. I'll volunteer for this one and we'll get it done. Now, a lot of people talking about it here recently with UFC, and you've been vocal about this guy before in the past. Jon Jones officially retiring. How do you reflect on, you know, something like his legacy, and do you think the UFC's direction shifts now that such another major figure is stepping away?
Yeah, I was not expecting that, you know, but man, I wish he fought Aspinall. I want to see that fight, but like you say, UFC is running out of stars, so they need a guy like Topuria. You know, they need somebody new, even Paddy Pimblett. So they want this kind of characters because they run out of stars, superstars like back in the day. I don't know. I don't think we will have somebody like Jones or McGregor or Honda Housey again. I think these times are over. Now with the internet is much more decentralized, like TikTok, Instagram. It's not like the ESPN or like broadcast or like TV. It's different now, so it's very hard to get somebody to be that big, you know. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I don't know shit, my brother.
Hey, you know what? Maybe we get on the phone call with Dana and you're the next big star. I mean, everybody has to know when you get that microphone in your hand after the post fight, you don't know what's going to happen. And I think you're in good graces, and we're going to put a rocket, and we're going to put it out there in the universe and put it on your back that you're the next big thing in UFC, and we're going to make sure that happens after this Saturday, UFC 317. Now, a lot of talk has been made recently about short notice performance lately, and you have been a part of that narrative. Walk me through this, because for me, like, I do radio shows and I talk, and if there's a last minute I fill in for somebody, it's kind of very easy for me to figure that out. I don't think if I was a fighter, which I'm not, I don't think I could mentally and physically prepare for like, hey, you got to fight in like 3 weeks. So how do you mentally and physically stay ready for these unpredictable opportunities?
I always am ready, you know. I always training. I think that's more important thing. My weight is always low. I am always on my weight. So it's just something. It's natural, you know. It's natural. I don't have any problems. Like if I'm fighting, if I'm on a weight, if I'm on my weight, and if they call me to fight, I just take the fight.
And there's a reason why you have the nickname Money in your name. So I mean, you're gonna take it regardless. And speaking of money, I started to sort of dabble in this. I have no idea what I'm doing, but maybe you do. How's the Bitcoin going for you?
Bitcoin is doing pretty well. Last couple of days was in on a sale, so and now it's getting back up, you know. So I love Bitcoin. I like Bitcoin. I believe in Bitcoin. So it's been pretty good for me.
Could you ever see something along the lines of like you've seen a lot of these NFL guys and certain, you know, athletes getting paid their contracts in Bitcoin? Is that something that you would ever, you know, consider going to Dana and be like, hey, if I win this fight, if I get fight of the night, I want the bonus in Bitcoin and not cash?
Yes, I would prefer that. I would like that. I would like that. But that doesn't really matter, you know. If they send me money, I would change for Bitcoin. So in the end of the day, you just have to keep stacking sats.
Yeah, absolutely, for sure. Well, I don't want to take up too much of your time because, I mean, you've got a lot of things heading into UFC 317 this weekend. Last thing that I want to know from you, if we were to look at your phone and we go through, say, your playlist, right, your training playlist, and there's a song on there that we're like, huh, didn't think he's listening to this while he's training. What's that song on your playlist?
Man, you're not gonna know because it's like Brazilian music, you know. So, but man, if you go to my playlist, you're not gonna believe. I listen everything. I like reggae. I like rock. I like in Portuguese samba. I like pagode. I like everything. So, and like old style music too, like they call brega in Portuguese. So I hear everything. And usually when I'm training, if I'm listening like podcasts, you know, I'm not listening music.
That's a solid thing right there. Real quick, before we let you go, is there anything that you want to say to the fans that are watching or listening to this right now?
Please watch my fight, send some good energy, and thank you so much for you to inviting me to the show.